on the Patreon subscribers, we'll start with gold because it's been requested. So we'll start with gold. Hopefully you're aware that we're looking at gold to start off with. So we had the crossover, which is a little bit naughty, and then we had one back down again. So a bit tricky there. That would have been this morning, quite early. And so it currently is a buy because they shorted it. And if you look at the Discord in the gold channel, we created a box, a punishment zone down here. And they shorted it because, you know, the breach of the round number, I guess. The one below is 1896. The one above is quite old now, and it's at 1950. Remember that we're on the right side of the profitable traders if you can, because these guys are making profits, and these guys are the ones to follow, and we never did get the crossover. Okay, so that's important to note. We had a bearish candle here, interestingly enough, on the white candle. So that one here, where are we? So above 1915, it should be okay. You can see that it's almost like a double top. So you've got to be a little bit careful. Maybe above 1915 might be okay from a technical perspective to target the SLC. Okay, so that's a little bit of an omen. Some institutional selling there. But the retail have sold it quite a lot, and we'll have to wait and see. So if the dollar does weaken from here, which I guess it should because of the sentiment, it probably help gold quite a bit, and 1951 would be the target. Okay, and I was saying potentially we could get a short below MR1, and we never did get filled on that idea. The idea was that we were going to breach MR1 and then target the HR low, and for a short idea, and now we're coming up to the HR long, so it's very very volatile, but we can see we are making a channel, an ascending channel. It's quite obvious to see. So there's obviously a reason for this, and it's to do with the macro and the fundamentals, and obviously the China reopening is going to be really bolstering the Australian dollar economy. So from a fundamental macro perspective, it's good. It's got a positive narrative for Aussie, and technically as well. So if you're looking for a reason for that ascending channel, it's that the macro fundamentals, and so that's that. So MR2 70.44, and SLC is 70.39. So double confluence. And then we've got the ATR long, and it would be a surprise to breach the ATR long because it's a weekly ATR. And so as long as we're above the weekly open, keep it nice and simple, and we're above the monthly pivot. So that's a strong indication, isn't it? Now we'll look at EU, and it really moved a lot, and I was doing the bulletin, and it just really, really rocketed to the H4 candle. Weekly open, okay, so 108.28 is worth noting. And likewise with gold, we made a punishment zone down below, but just see Discord in the bulletin channel for this, for how we created a punishment zone. It's all in Discord, and a punishment zone is where they've shorted it, and so they're going to hold on and they're going to get punished, or they've gone long and they hold on, so they'll get punished. So the price will punish the majority of the herd, and so that's the sheep are going to get slaughtered there. All right, so hopefully that's clear. More information in Discord, or you can just DM me a direct message. One above 108.70. I thought it was 75, but it's 108.70 and 107.49. So there's your target, but we've got a bit of some hurdles because we've got stops. So could be a liquidity grab, but there's not much liquidity up here, so we might not get to the HR long. We might just want to take these stops out, and then it could potentially just be all right, taking your stops. We'll go down now, and note monthly pivot as well. It's very important that we're trading above monthly pivot for longs, and you're selling below. Now the thing is with the dollar Swiss, sentimentally we should have been falling, and we chopped on monthly pivot. See that pink line? Multiple times, very horrendous And you know, like I was saying, we should be falling, and we hit our ATR short for this weekly open, and so that could have been a nice trade. So it's 97 pips. SLC is at monthly support 1, 91.45. So we've got a double confluence there, which is interesting, which could be job done. But some stops down here still, and the FXCM clients are very long on dollar Swiss. So this is that move. Okay, one above 94.25. Do dollar yen, and then lastly we'll look at pound. So one above. Remember monthly pivot. Okay, it's actually bias. We're selling below monthly pivot. Okay, 131.63 and 127.20, and well, we'd exceeded the long target by a lot, and so the ATR short is down here. But stops obviously in the way first, and then pound, because we had the inflation data out. Come on. Right, monthly pivot, and obviously you know we've got the technical. It's quite strong. You could argue a channel up, isn't it? It's quite strong, high highs and things. One above is at 123.53. Yeah, and the one below is at 121.65. ATR long is here as well. Some stops above, and we are a buy at the big picture, and they're sold it. So they, it's propelling price higher, and this is going up probably mostly to do with dollar weakness, to be honest with you, and the euro as well. It's going to hold on to the tailwinds of the euro, and so that's that. So remember, above monthly pivot, we've got a bullish bias and we target resistance. Okay, and so that's that. So it's quite tricky. I will admit it's not easy, but remember to zoom out to a larger time frame like H4 or the daily, and it gives you an idea. We are fairly bullish technically on that move. So we can see that we're in ascent. We're not really ranging. We're not going sideways. We're going gradually higher, but it could be a stop loss cluster probe and then reversal. It all depends on the size. So there's one up there, 124. So yeah, as long as they're moving their stops higher, price will go up to punish them. So be really careful, and I'm around if you need me. And I'm going to see what's going on with this cross yen, because I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen today. We might be seeing a big reversal on the cross yen, but like what Marco was saying, you don't really want to be fighting it. And maybe the dollar yen might drag cross yen down with it. There is that. That's a potential scenario. Quite bearish. Got a bearish channel on the bearish channel. And this was a block formed by the better volumes, so that was always going to be resistance up here. Okay, so I'll stop waffling now, and hopefully the video is useful, and I'll speak to you guys soon. But be careful, I think, with cross yen this week.